You ever think about living in Los Angeles? Think again. This is the most lonely place ever, and they make you pay your arm.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll take a look at how modern women struggle with the dating world, from the one who complains that men no longer approach them, to the one who, at over 30, still refuses to lower her standards. We want you to smash that like button and subscribe. We're on our way to 150,000 subscribers, and with your support, we're going to crush that goal. Drop your experience or opinion about these situations in the comments. And without further introduction, let's get started.
Hi, I'm in a shitty mood because I'm a 30-year-old trying to date and it's just painful. Did you get something? I'm feeling rather annoyed right now. And whenever I feel annoyed, I feel like I need to pop off on something. And that something is usually TikTok. So I feel like when it comes to dating, I've been very chill and calm when it comes to my old set of standards that I held for myself. I'm like, okay, I need what the fuck? I need really high standards. I have high standards and I do. But I feel like with dating, I've kind of realized to calm down a little bit in certain areas where I've been so high and mighty and tight with certain things that you need to have. And I been relaxed on that. And I'm still just not seeing or feeling how I feel like I'm supposed to be feeling. And it's just kind of upsetting because I'm like, okay, not that I'm lowering my standards. I just feel like I'm opening up a little bit more and growing up, realizing that maybe certain things that I used to think were negatives are actually positives. And I don't know how to navigate it. I'm in this weird limbo of trying to grow, trying to learn. And you don't even make excuses for someone in your head. And then you kind of calm yourself down. And then you're like, do I need to be making those excuses? I'm just feeling defeated because it's really hard to start over. And again, when you open yourself emotionally up to dating, I don't know.
Notice he said the keyword, standards. And this is where many don't understand why men actually have more luck in dating. We don't go out expecting the next woman to be the one. We go out with no pressure, no unrealistic expectations. And that gives us more access. Because many times, we're not guided solely by looks, but by how she makes us feel. If she's kind, if she knows how to listen, if it feels good to be around her. Simple. Respect and peace. Women aren't looking for that. They're after the guy with the infamous 666 of the apocalypse. 6 feet tall, six-pack abs, and a six-figure income. The 666 from hell. That kind of man only makes up about 20% of the population, but 80% of women are chasing him. What happens? Many end up competing with each other for just one guy, and, in the end, they're left alone. Because the wall doesn't forgive, and by the time they realize it, there's no line waiting for them. All that's left is regret and TikTok to vent.
Men don't really approach women that much anymore for a lot of different reasons, I think. But personally, I want to be approached. I would love to meet someone in real life versus online. And as long as it's a respectful approach, I'm always going to be nice. Even if I'm not interested, I'm never going to be rude to the guy. But I think as women, we have to give a signal that we are interested before most men will feel like it's okay to actually approach you. Personally, I'm not going to approach a man. That's not me, but I will make it clear that I'm interested. I will pretty much give him an open invitation to approach me through eye contact, smiling at him, physically getting closer to him in whatever vicinity that we're in. And if he doesn't take that invitation, then I would just assume he's taken or he doesn't have the confidence to come up to me, which just means he's not for me. I'm going to try harder to meet people in real life.
Good luck with that. Cold approaching used to be one of the best ways to meet women, but today, 1 out of every 5 attempts can go wrong. We live in a time where radical feminism has made many men prefer to avoid trouble altogether, especially if you're an average guy, because we all know how it goes. If an attractive man gives a compliment, it's flattering. If a less attractive man does it, it's harassment. No one wants to end up on TikTok going viral over a false accusation. No one wants a public scene to be filmed or to have the police called on them just for trying to start a conversation. And the risk is real. Many women may say they want men to approach them, but very few are willing to take responsibility for the kind of environment they've helped create. If you're not willing to make the first move yourself, or at least clearly signal that you're open to being approached, the average man is going to stay on the apps. Because today, talking in person isn't just hard, it's risky.
I feel like my outlook on dating changes every single day at this point. It is like a horrible roller coaster that I cannot get off of. And the first day, I will have this enthusiasm for it. I will say, I am going to go out there and find my soulmate because I am the lover girl. I like putting effort into things. And when I like somebody, I get the hard eyes, like the big old cartoon hard eyes. And I want you to have that back for me. And I give all my time and energy to somebody because I really believe I have a person out there and I want to find them. And then the next day, the rose-colored glasses will fall off and I'll be on TikTok and I'll see some videos on my FYP that are like, you need to stop being a lover girl and not take dating so seriously. You need to treat dating like a hobby because these people don't care about you. You don't really know them. You are putting too much time and energy into strangers. And so you need to play the field and really be detached from the outcome. That's day number 2. Day number 3, I think to myself, I should not be dating at all. Honestly, maybe the people who say that you should focus on yourself and then good things fall into place, maybe they're right. Maybe they're onto something. And maybe I should just go do what I want and be alone. But then I remember that I hate being alone. And I am better in a partnership. My friends have even told me that they like me more when I have a partner. Not in a mean way, but like I understand it. And then the 4th day I'll wake up and I will realize I'm still in love with my ex. And then we just rinse and repeat.
Oh, hell no!
This is the kind of woman you should avoid at all costs. The one who never knows what she wants. Today she's in love. Tomorrow she wants to be alone. The next day she's back with her ex, and then decides she'd rather focus on herself. One day she makes you feel like you're building a serious, stable relationship with a future, and the next she wakes up saying she wants to explore her options, or that she realized something. Women like this destroy good men. They throw you off your path, make you doubt yourself, and drag you into their emotional instability. And the worst part is, they disguise it all as personal growth. Don't fall for that game.
Women.
So I was talking to this guy that I met on Hinge, right? And everything was going amazing. Everything was going great. Actually, the communication was there. I thought we were on the same page. We went to Paris. We were going on dates every week, having phone calls, phone conversations every night. And then all of a sudden, his demeanor changed, and I realized that, but I didn't say anything. He asked me to be his Valentine early January, right? And I told him, I was like, of course, I would love to be. And then like maybe like a couple days later or a week later, I was like, I would love for you to ask me, like, with a card or something, like something sweet, like ask me something sentimental, right? So he's like, oh, I'm wondering. He was like, I wish I would have thought of that myself, whatever. But it wasn't a big deal to me. So he paid for everything. He paid for all the dates. The only thing I paid for was when we went to Paris, and I paid for my own room because I told him that's what I wanted. So, like I said, his demeanor changed, and I was like, I'm gonna, okay, I'm gonna preach for a little bit, but I want to learn how to love better. I want to love better. I want to love people in my life better, not only relationship wise, but just like friendships and family members. And when you look at 1 Corinthians 13, when God describes love, the first thing He describes love as is patient. Love is patient. Love is kind. If I want to love, and if God is love, the first thing that God says love is patient. So if this man is having a hard time, something is weighing heavy on his heart, let me be patient with him. Let me give him the time to like get his words out, right? 4 days pass. We finally end up having a conversation. Why he's acting the way he's acting. Cause all of a sudden things have changed. Basically, he says that he wants to be, he doesn't know if we're compatible because he wants to be in a dynamic where he treats, then the girl would treat, then he treats, and the girl would treat So I'm like, well, are you looking for 50-50? He was like, no, maybe like 75-25, vice versa. Sometimes me, sometimes them, sometimes me. And I was like, I've explained to this guy multiple times that I'm that way when I'm in a relationship. You're courting me right now. You're not my boyfriend. But you're courting me. You're getting to know me. And, we're going on dates.
Stop it. Get some help.
Look at the dynamic happening here. The guy pays for every date, even a trip to Paris where she only covers her own room. And still, she feels like it's not enough. Why? Because to her, courtship is a one-way street. He gives, she receives. When he expresses that he'd like a more reciprocal dynamic, maybe 75-25 at the very least, she takes it as if he's failing in his role as the provider man. This clearly shows how many modern relationships are imbalanced from the start. The man puts in effort, invests time, money, and energy, while the woman feels entitled to judge whether it's enough without offering anything in return. And when he asks for something fairer, he's labeled as weak, insecure, or not a real man. That's when he starts to realize that no matter how much he does, it will never be enough.
So, yeah, I am expecting for you to pay. But we've been out before and I've paid because I realized he was paying for a lot of things. And I told him, like, that's something I do when I'm in a relationship, but I really like you. So can I, treat you back? So that was kind of BS, you know what I mean? But what really got me was that he was like, I don't know if we're compatible because I'm looking for someone that's going to treat me back and all of this stuff. And I explained to him that, about the whole, like, I would do that if, you're my boyfriend, but you're not my boyfriend. We're getting to know each other. And he said, well, this is why I have a hard time saying love. And, this is why, I don't really like, I haven't had a girlfriend for 10 years. You have commitment issues. And you could have just said that before. But anyways, what really got me, what was the kicker for me was that, and this is kind of like okay, let me just say it. Lord, and I pray that you help me say how I feel it. Little did he know I had just bought him, I started preparing his Valentine's Day gifts, like I got him a YSL cologne because he said he wanted to have like a signature scent. He's not really into scents like that. He wants to get into it. I got him a YSL cologne, right? I was going to make him like a boyfriend basket. He's not my boyfriend. I was going to make him one though, cause I like him. So I bought that. He's a chef who wants to get into baking. So I did my research on cookbooks and the day before I ordered him a cookbook, the Dessert Person, which is a very popular book within the baking community. I got him that. I was going to put that in the basket. I was going to get him a Aritzia sweatsuit. I was going to get him just like a silk pajama set. Like I was just going to get him all these things. I had already bought like half of the things already. And little did he know that. And it just is like going back to, when the Lord talks about what love is patient. I'm over here trying to extend patience to you. I'm going to give him time to explain himself to me. Like I'm going to give him time to figure out what's weighing on his heart. You couldn't do the same for me. So I asked him, I didn't tell him though. I didn't tell him all of these things. So I'm like, so you're unsure about me. He hesitated. I said, you're unsure about me. So if you're unsure about me, I'm 100% unsure about you now. And I would never sit here and try to invest into someone who's unsure about me. So I took my exit. So I think my dad's about to have a new cologne or one of my best friends. But am I going to stop believing in love and all of that? No.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
This woman's problem is thinking, I'll give after I receive. And that mindset always fails, because men don't expect everything to happen immediately, but they do look for clear signs of reciprocity. This guy took her to Paris, did what she asked, acted like a gentleman, and still, when the key moment of the trip arrived, she asked for a separate room. Up to that point, she hadn't paid for anything. The only thing she paid for was distance. That leaves a mark. Does she really like me? Or is she just here for the trip and the experience? She says she would do more if they were in a relationship, but when exactly did she plan to get there? After a year? 2. Only if the guy kept investing without getting anything in return? A masculine man has no problem paying for dates, but he does have a problem feeling like he's being used. When he asked for a simple gesture, she took it as an attack. And of course, when she realized he was having second thoughts, she decided to leave, but not without reminding us that she already had half a basket of gifts bought. Brother, that guy left just in time, before all his effort ended with her saying she just wants to be friends. Genuine interest is not negotiable. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, here are the questions for you. Do you think the man was wrong for asking for a 75-25 split, or was she simply unwilling to be reciprocal? Why do you think men today are hesitant to approach women? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.